Hello, come on in. Can you put it on a break, please?
Yeah. Not doing that again. The dog.
Good boy, Charlie. Say hello. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, good boy.
So, has Charlie learnt that I'm alpha yet?
No.
That I've got the big kahunas?
No, that's not how it works.
What do you mean?
And you don't have the big kahunas, because if you did, you would reach out and give him a pet. And you're not doing that.
I'll do it right after I turn the camera off. I'm videoing. From here I get a good vantage point, a good view of Charlie in the bath.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, you can just leave my boy alone.
That look in his face.
Who's that silly man?
I'm not scared of him at all. What are you talking
This
about?
silly man, isn't he? You say, go away, I want my blow drying done.
I don't think he does. I'm here to rescue him.
He loves being blow dried.
Really?
Yeah.
Howling.
Well, he's enjoying himself. Do you want to watch? Watch his
Okay,
little
yeah, do
face. You ready? Blow dry? Ready?
I'm just a bearded guy too.
What?
I know that's random, isn't it? I'm just a bearded guy.
Is that the song that was just on, or?
No, guess.
What?
Guess.
Was it a song?
No, say it loud.
I'm just a bearded guy.
And then say hello, I'm just a bearded guy.
Hello, I'm just a bearded guy. I don't get it.
Say it again.
I'm just a bearded guy.
No, you gotta say hello, I'm just a bearded guy.
Hello, I'm just a bearded guy.
Yeah, but you gotta say it with a little bit, hello, I'm just a bearded guy.
I don't get it. It doesn't
Because you
matter
go,
how
hello,
tough
I'm just a bearded guy.
Hello, I'm just a bearded guy.
I'm pretty sure I'm just a bearded guy wouldn't like you saying that.
Is that somebody's name? Oh, hi, just a bearded guy.
Oh no, what's happening?
What did you do?
Oh no, we don't need any of this crap going on.
If my stream stops again, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a day.
It was the battery again.
I have to groom this dog. I don't have time for this nonsense.
You're gonna stop popping the power.
I have a lot to run.
So this trips the power. Why does this trip
Why
the
don't
power?
I have a new stream up on my screen? How
Let
come
me
I
do
can't
it.
find myself?
You just do your doggy thing.
You do that.
And say hello to I'm just a bearded guy.
Hi, hello, I'm just a bearded guy.
What's wrong with that? That's the stream.
That's not what was there a second ago. I just refreshed the page.
Alright, so when you pop the power on this thing,
I need to very
you
quickly
need to
fix it.
make sure that you do this one, or make sure they're all up.
I'm aware of that. It just turned off before I got to it. That's all.
Okay.
I didn't do anything wrong except for not get there fast enough.
Well, I've got a thingamajig coming, which means I can plug that box into the computer.
We can look at it later. I got to turn this blow dryer back on and finish drying this dog.
Is this the one that likes to get
No, she
bathed?
doesn't. No. And don't.
Puts her head under the water?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Don't just go at the dogs. Love you.
How did the dog without you noticing?
Music time.
It is time, it's the perfect summer night. And those three words are spelled out in your eyes. Before I go on, say something wrong. I just hope bite my tongue. 'Cause you've been told too many times before. Yeah, you've been told so many times before. So I'm gonna try with something new. And I've never said that I love you. When the line between us just fades and blurs. That's the time when we just don't need more words. Cause you
Okie dokie. Come here, sweet pea. Get the tail, your tail stuck in the brush stuck in your tail. Okay, so that was entirely my fault, I guess. Popped the power. Our live streaming stuff is so power intensive, it's such a pain in the butt. So when I first started out here, I had my grooming table, my bath, and a blow dryer. Then I added my washing machine and my clothes dryer. Then I added a computer for my booking system. Before that, I just had a diary with pen and paper. Then I added my tablet, which is on charge here because I was watching movies or YouTube or whatever as I was working. Then we started to live stream, and Dally Sparkles was bringing his whole computer out here on Wednesdays when we live streamed on Wednesdays. And then we decided to do more live streaming, so we added this computer. And since adding that computer, we've added a lot more things, cameras, and an independent, well not an independent, but another internet router. What else have we got? I don't even know. A fan to keep the computer cool because it was overheating. We just kept adding stuff. Then I added a new phone, a landline phone. Then we added the stand dryer. Oh, there's microphones. Then I added the, oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know, I'm trying to work that out very gently. Then I added the stand dryer, which uses a lot of power. It all just adds up. And of course, this space was never intended to grow as much as it has. So yes, I need more power. Beam me up, Scotty. More power, please. I know. I'm trying very carefully to get these out. Are you having trouble with getting their nails clipped? Are they not good at getting their nails clipped? They get anxious or reactive? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know. We're nearly done with it, okay? We had some really big knots and tangles in here. Okay, hopefully I've got enough out that I can brush this. Stand Yeah, we're running a lot more stuff in order to be able to stream. It's very, I guess, power intensive, but also it needs to have, as you just saw, a very good internet connection, and the computer needs to be very well equipped and high speed and all other tech fun stuff. You just can't do it on an everyday average computer. The computer I have is a good, or it was at least, a very good gaming computer, but technology is very quickly outdated. And although it is a rather expensive computer and it runs a very good system, I can run multiple World of Warcraft accounts on there, for example, without crashing it. But I have certainly crashed this computer many a time in the process of being able to live stream. And we have had to buy lots of add-ons to be able to run our live streaming. There we go. Let's have a look. Don't get snappy at me, alright? I'm just checking, make sure there's no tangles. You would think for how long and beautiful this tail is that we would be brushing it between grooms to prevent me having to chop it all off. So I have got the knots out of it without cutting it, but all of those hairs have been cut by the razor rake that I've used to get through. So there'll be lots of different length hairs there. The reason I do it that way is just so that it is not very noticeable. There's no big cuts and gouges out of it, mostly, I hope. Okay, right, well, there you go, that's most of you done. You seem to be a bit older than I think you might, I originally thought you were. She looks like she's got an older face. I don't know if that's just me though. Yeah, she bites and carries on. Do they just put a muzzle on her? I mean, if it was me, I'm certainly not going to take a risk of being bitten by anybody's dog, whether they don't break skin or not. If a dog tries to bite me, I'll put a muzzle on it because I ain't getting bitten. There's that. But also there's lots of things you can use to try to get it done. I use a hammock, so I just hang my little doggies up when they're being a bit silly. And a cone can also be a really great way to get a bit of a barrier between the dog and the groomer. Hi, how you going? Good, thank you. At the moment. Do you have sort ears? Don't walk off the table. Oh my word. Rubber, silicone, no thank you. Stop that, stop that. Because so what we're going to keep your tongue in your own mouth. You're wild. Hi everybody, Kylie the Groomer, and I have Darku here. He is a standard short-haired dachshund. He's a little handful, Archie. He's adorable. He's I don't think he has never been sort of professionally groomed before. And he seems quite young, maybe a year or so. He's full of beans, he's got a lot of energy. He is in for a wash and de-shed. So, it was requested in the comments of another video to do a dachshund. So here we are with a dachshund. A short head. The long heads tend to shed a lot more. But I thought this was a good opportunity to show a short hair de-shed, which can be quite surprising. So, Darku has dandruff. He's got some very dry, itchy skin, don't you? Hey? So we're going to take care of that in the bath as well and help to try and ease some of his itching. Mister, are you going to be wild the whole time? So I'm just using a rubber silicone, no thank you, de-shedding brush to start. We'll just loosen up a lot of hair. Get out as much as we can. And you'll slowly see his coat get shinier and shinier as we progress through. If you stand still long enough for me to brush. Oh, you're okay. Yes, you are, little muffin. So you do want to be very careful of their butts. You don't want to push down on them, which is very hard when you're literally wrestling the dog. Alright, so he's not loosening too much hair at the moment. Hello everybody, Kylie the Groomer. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button.
Hello.
Hello.
Just me.
Hey, what's up? Okie dokie. Sorry guys. Oh, alright. Monty's gone home. I have to remember to send an invoice because she didn't pay. Very annoying. I don't like that. Anyway, what can you do? Where is my blade? Imp sterilizer. Yeah, sorry. So what was I saying? Oh, they still asked you not to come back. So as I was trying to say, I do try lots of different things. The cone is a good way to do it. The pet parent being there for dogs just for nail trims like that where they struggle. It's one of the few occasions I'll keep a pet parent in the salon with me. So I don't do that very often. But in saying that, I unfortunately do still have some dogs that I just can't trim the nails for because I can't do it without hurting the dog. Yeah, you've tried at least 7 or 8 groomers with the same results. What I would recommend if you're not able to find a groomer that can do it, I would recommend that you take them to the vet to have it done there, where they've got many sets of hands, better handling skills, although groomers are totally awesome at handling dogs. We, with only our own 2 hands, can't hold the dog in a proper safe hold and get the job done. But the other thing is, if the vet deems that, you know, the dog's just getting too stressed out or they can't do it, they have access to different things like a sedative or, you know, something to help try and calm them down to get the job done. And also, if they do accidentally cut the nail too short and they bleed or something like that, at least you're at the vets. They can handle it and take care of anything that might happen along the way. There's certainly many reasons why a groomer will refuse to do something. For some of us, it is just simply that we don't want to deal with that drama. It's too much. For some businesses, like really business-focused people, they can make more money in the time they spend fussing around with difficult nails. They can make more money doing a groom in that time. So they'll just only stick to doing the things that are making them the most money, which is totally fine. I'm not against that. People are running businesses. That's what it is. It's not helpful to people in your situation, unfortunately. And I am a little bit in the middle on things like that. I'm not all the way that way. I don't solely focus on turning over income. And I certainly give my pets lots of time and patience and try to work with them as much as I can. But there are businesses that are in that realm, very focused on their earnings and income. Sorry, sweetheart, I'm just trying to see what length I want to do. That's 13. We might do 16 if I can find a 16 millimeter. That's 19. I'm sure there's a 16. There is. It's this one. Do I have a 16 in these combs? I don't think I've even... 13, 19. Sorry, these are new to me. I don't really use them very often, so 16 might be better. There we go. I can understand though from the pet parent perspective. That's what they recommended. Yeah. So I always think of it in a way that if a groomer tells you they're not comfortable to do something, honestly, they're doing you a favor. They're not going to be... the pet's, best interests aren't put in place all of the time in people that can do everything, no matter what. It's if somebody's saying they can't do it, then I would believe them that they just can't do it. They can't do it safely, and your pet's, at risk of injury and stuff like that. You don't want that. You want them to be with somebody who says they can do it, and you know, shows you that in safely getting the job done. And frequently the vet is just the best option for some pets. I certainly have dogs where I've just said, nah, I'm not doing that. One, because I don't want to get bitten. If I get bitten, I can't work, and if I can't work, my kids are going to starve to death and we'll all be homeless. That's probably the main contributing factor to decision-making skills. But at the end of the day, if it is like just obviously far too stressful for the pet, or the pet's going to be injured in the process, then that's a pretty good dang reason to say, I can't do this. And recommend that the vet take over for that. And I know it's really frustrating, but I try to also be on the side of the groomer and understand that there's certainly going to be lots of times where they come across situations they can't do. And some groomers can do more than other groomers. But if a groomer says I can't do that safely, believe them, they can't do it safely. And they're doing you a favour by not pushing your pet through a really difficult situation. Oh, Karen, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I didn't see that right away. Karen's done a $20 super chat. You're an absolute gem. I really appreciate that. Karen's so sweet. I'm pretty sure you do that almost every time you're watching our streams. I really appreciate it. Oh, sweetheart. You're a gem. How are you today, Karen? I think the last time you were with us, you weren't having a good day, if I remember. I can't remember if... Sorry, I have the worst memory ever. Other vets is more than what's affordable. I guess the only real thing for you to do from there is to work on seeing what you can do at home yourself. If you've really tried all of the groomers in your area and they're just not able to do it, and the vet's not really affordable, then it'd be looking at trying to learn yourself what you can do, and possibly, you know, getting some equipment so that you can manage it at home. Some people just use a normal nail file and they'll just, you know, hold their pets and just work on filing away a little bit at a time and see if they can get everything down and tidied up. Some people buy the little nail grinders, and they're, I don't really know very many people that have success using them at home. I think they're really well marketed to look like it's easy peasy, but most of the dogs I groom don't like an electric nail file. I don't know how they make it look very easy to use, and a lot of dogs are just like, I don't think so, man. We're not doing that. Yeah, you're trying at home. Sit down. A very relaxed day for you, Karen. That's awesome. You try to do a super chat every time. You're sweet. I really appreciate you. Definitely don't do it if you can't, if you know what I mean. But I love and appreciate it. Thank you so much. We didn't take much off you, did we? Mum did say, don't take much off her. I really haven't taken much off at all. Mum doesn't want you getting cold, does she? Nope. There you go. Come here, rascal. Oh, he falls asleep while you do it? That's awesome. Yeah, they ran for their life. I always say to people, if you're thinking about buying a grinder, bring them here first and try it. See if they're, you know, going to be okay with it. Because some of those grinders that they sell are super expensive. There are cheaper options, of course. But I had a lady that spent like $110 on a grinder, and she said she's been trying for about a year to use it on her dogs and get them used to it, and she's just like, I can't even get anywhere near them with it. And I can't use the grinder on their nails while they're here. I've also tried to work with them on that. They totally freak out. So she ended up just giving me the grinder. She said, you might as well have it. You might have better luck than me with it. And I said to her, I said, you know, I would want to pay you for this, but it's not in my plans to purchase, so I haven't budgeted for it. And she said, no, don't worry about it. Just take it. I don't want to look at it anymore. I felt awful. So I discounted her groom a bit, and now I have a grinder. It's actually a really good grinder. I use it all the time. I totally forgot about that. But yes, they're just not suited to every single dog, unfortunately. That's good that Shades lets you do it though. That's super sweet. Oh, thank you, Karen. Did you see the last little pupper I just finished grooming, Mr. Monty? He's so old. So Mum was okay. I had said to her, honestly, there's only so much I can do. She already knew that. I did say to her, I'm super disappointed that I wasn't able to do more for him. I don't feel like it's, you know, like we're having much success with him. I don't know. I said, I just don't know. I don't know if we should keep having him. It's obviously, with him, the parts that you want to groom on a senior dog are all the parts that I just could not get into. Aw, thank you, Just a Bearded Guy. The sanitary areas, the bum, around the genitals, the inside of the legs and stuff, that's the areas that get all messy, and the paw pads. And that's all the areas I could not get into with him. So I did say to her to consider having him done at the vets. I don't know, they might be able to work on getting him some pain relief, anti-inflammatories, anything like that beforehand to kind of loosen him up a bit so they can get in there. Even if they can sedate him, it might be good just to get him like with a 10 blade all the way off. Oh, you fell asleep after breakfast? Nice. That's a good way to start the day. A little mid-morning snoozy woozy. Yeah, even if they can't sedate him, they might be able to, you know, do other things to help get in there and get him properly cleaned up. And it's going to be safer. For example, if his heart stopped because he got a surprise or a fright, or it was painful and he was uncomfortable, at least they're the people that can, you know, properly get his heart going again and stuff like that. If you know what I mean. It's one of those really hard situations. I can keep rolling him around and doing my best to, you know, tack away at this part or that part, but at the end of the day I'm not really achieving what we set out to do, which is to keep him clean and comfortable. I have not been able to complete my mission there, so I don't feel like it's going to be the best to continue doing that because I'm not getting the areas we need to get. You know, it's fine if he's got hair sticking out on his back and stuff like that, but the sanitary area is the true goal of a comfort groom, to get those areas done, so it's a struggle. What is this doggy's name? This is Rosie. Did I make that too short this time? I reckon I did. I made it way too short. Try again. There we go. Oh, you're a chunky dog. Yes, you are. Little chunky dog. Yeah, he's 17. I mean, I don't think it's any fault of mine. I think he's just that old that I can't groom him. That's just the way it's going to be. But of course, I like to be, you know, honest. I could keep having him come for visits and charge $100 again and again and again. And then at some point, you know, he's going to end up with some kind of infection or nastiness in all that sanitary area, or his bum, or, you know. I just don't see it being a good outcome if he's not being properly groomed. So we want to make sure he gets everything he needs sorted out. So sadly, there's a point where you have to know your limits. And yes, I can get him bathed and tidied up a little bit. And it's nice to have a clean doggy, but yeah, it's not really. I think for the maybe stress that he goes through, it's probably not worth it, I guess is what I'm feeling. Not that I let him get stressed out, but still. It's a lot of work for an old fella. Yeah, a bit of pain medication and anti-inflammatories, and there are medications for joint pain and stuff as well. And he just might do so much better with the vet being able to offer some sort of relief and comfort for him along the way. Unfortunately, I get lots of comments like that. Speaking of stupid comments, I get so many comments that are like, why didn't you sedate this dog? Why didn't you give the dog pain relief? Why haven't you tried, what's it called, marijuana, whatever, and this, that, and I'm like, I'm not a vet, man. I'm not a vet. Not at all. Up you get. I'm just not a vet. There's no, I can't give any medications. And anything, THC, is that what it is? Anything marijuana is illegal in Australia, so I don't have any of that sort of stuff. I can't give anybody anything. Up you get, good girl. I get so many of those comments every single week. I just look at them and I'm just like, seriously, you idiots, stop commenting that. I've replied to so many of them, now I don't even bother, I'm just like, whatever. Who was it before that mentioned the comment, oh man, the old man farts? Did you guys actually hear them? CBD, that was the one, CBD. It's illegal here. I don't have anything. Anyway, the person who commented about the comment about the bath. How do you know what you're grooming if you don't touch the dog in the bath? So on the video that they commented on, I went back and watched it, and obviously I touched the dog that was in the bath. So I replied, I'm like, what dog are you talking about? Because there are lots of reasons that I don't touch a dog in the bath. How old is Rosie? I don't know. Mum didn't say, and I didn't really ask because she doesn't seem here or there. But then when I look at her face, I feel like she's probably on the slightly older side. But she's still comfortable and pretty fit looking. Yeah. So because she does get around with her tail flipped up a lot of the time, I do want to clean this area so that she doesn't get like poops in there, but it still needs to look pretty because everyone's looking at it. So I have to bear that in mind for this groom. Some dogs I can go pretty short and just tidy everything up because you don't really see it, but in a doggy that has their tail flipped over all the time on their backs, like this, you're looking at all of that area, so you don't want to make a mess of it. Sorry. I'll cover that. There you go. You're looking at all of that all of the time, so you want it to be nice and tidy. Put your tail down. Yeah, it doesn't work for really stressed out dogs? Probably not. I don't give anything to dogs. I don't even really give food treats to dogs unless I'm like at an absolute loss as to how I can get a dog to behave itself. And I know they don't have any conditions, but I groom dogs that have skin issues and they don't eat any sort of grain. I have dogs that don't eat any red meat. I have dogs that don't eat chicken. I have a dog that's I think I've had 2 diabetic dogs. I do have a couple of dogs that are raw fed only, and their parents would be horrified if I gave them a processed treat. So So I just make it a pretty blanket rule not to use treats. Plus, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it, if a dog is super stressed out, they're not going to eat food. They're going to... Oh, hello, how you going?
Very well.
Won't be a sec.
Imagine if I fell then.
It's time.
Seven, six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Imagine if that happened, that would have been so bad. That's the idea, wasn't it?
I'm just gonna add to this scenario. 12 hours, a ton of doggies. We've been recording all weekend and it's Monday now. I just want to go to bed. It's 10:30 at night. That's my husband. I married that man.
Well, I put a lot of effort in too. Didn't I?
Yeah, look at that makeup. Stunning. Let me see that. Let me see that hair.
Yeah, okay, so I don't like makeup, putting makeup on.
So
because you're not allowed to smile, laugh, or anything like that. And you get yelled at. It's not fun. It's not a fun experience.
I made a bet with you that if you lost, you'd have to colour your hair purple. But what's all this? What's that?
I don't know.
What's that? What's all this? Where'd that come from?
See, because I'm an advocate. I'll stand next to you so you can see.
Oh, okay.
I'm an advocate.
Look at this face. Look at that face.
I'm an advocate for when you make a bet to fulfill it with, to really come through and fulfill your bet.
How long has it been, you guys? But like I said, I bet you the hair.
You held on to the package for so long.
What's all this?
You held on to the package for like 3 months before you finally guessed it right.
It was not 3 months.
It was. You didn't open it for ages. So, and it's slacker. And then, yeah, so I took a bit long to.
Do you like your makeup?
I did it in style. I'm pretty sure they're.
You like it? Look at that hair. Put your head down. Put your head down. I'm trying to show off the purple hair.
Oh.
The hair's purple.
Yeah, it is. But I did yours too, so.
Mine is very purple.
I just did it last night. So it's still on the scalp.
Purple to the maximum purple.
Best you've ever had.
Look at us.
Aren't I?
He's so cute. You look scary like a doll.
Yeah, well, see these red bits?
Oh my god, he insisted.
Without that, I looked dead. She looked like...
You look like one of those old English dudes with the hair wigs and stuff.
What?
You know, they had the wigs with the roly-polies and the little red lips.
Oh, yeah. No, they were all white. They were the white. Yeah. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you're happy.
Yibbity yibbida. That's all, folks.
Never again.
Where's my towel? Why is this my life? Oh my god.
Hold it down a little bit.
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
No. It's all green screened. It's psychedelic and rainbow.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to put that on.
You'll be putting this on.
Can I go to gym for a little bit longer first?
You've got your own. You could wear pants. I should probably wear pants over the top.
I think you should wear pants over the top. Love you.
Love you. Oh, hello. What's this doggy's name?
Okay, my next doggy, little Louie's here. He is not little. I don't know why I just said little Louie. He's a beast. Alright, what are we doing with you? Your sanitaries. Come here. Alright, sorry about the break there. Bilateral. Who did I give black eyes to? Yeah, he gets a big head. If you talk him up too much, he gets a big head. Now, did we go this way? I reckon I did. Yes. Now I go this way. Yes. How good is turmeric? I love turmeric. Let me get that tail out of the way because I'd hate to accidentally chop that off like I did with, who was that dog that I did that to? Max. It was one of the Maxes, wasn't it? Alright, paw pads, you're going to be good for your feet. Don't even think about it. No grumble bums, thank you. So Louis is having a haircut. He's going to be having a short shave, and it's going to have to be a damn quick short shave. I am behind. And a lady stopped in when I stuffed up my whole stream before. Another lady stopped in and said the pet store. So the local pet store recommends me to people all of the time, which is so awesome. Super awesome. I really appreciate that. Because as I've said before, there's definitely better groomers than me around, and then there's me, and there's definitely worse groomers. So I'm in the middle. But yes, she stopped in and knocked on the door and said, I was just at the pet shop and they said you do nail trims. I think she was hoping I'd do it right then and there on the spot, but I'm already behind. I don't need to be even more behind, so I said I'm flat chat today, but I can do it at like 5:30 this afternoon. That's if I catch up. But Louis having a full haircut, so I don't know how I'm going to go with the whole catching up thing. I'm going to have to just do a shave down as fast as I can for him. And hopefully he behaves, because he's a young fella. I've been working on him and his manners for some time. His dad is hilarious though. So mum and dad come. They're not elderly, but they're an older couple. And then they got this dog that's just an absolute child, a full-time child. He's a doodle of some sort. This dog is so full on, and the dad is just like hypes him up. I don't know if you guys know what I mean when I say this, but dad just absolutely hypes him up and revs him up and gets him so excited, and he jumps around, has absolutely no manners when he's with dad. he's not like that with Mum. He came in here like that with me. Court Jester's here. Hi, Court Jester. If you fart loudly in public, just yell jet power and start walking faster. I love that. That's a good one. Thanks, Court Jester. That's I'll teach that to my children who sometimes do toots that were louder than they thought they were going to be. Anyway, so I'm so distracted by that. I'm just thinking of all the situations that would be totally appropriate. Yes, we did need this joke with the last dog. He was fart powered all the way, or jet powered. What was I saying? Oh, Louis. So when Louis first came in, I had the hardest time grooming him. Not because he's anxious, not because he's mean or aggressive. He just has generally no manners. No manners at all. And big dogs need to be taught manners. You can't have a big dog that thinks it's okay to jump up on people, knock stuff over, get on the bench. Like he was jumping up on these benches here and knocking everything over. He was jumping on me and knocking me over. And just generally such a naughty little boy. And I said, you need to teach this dog some manners. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm rude. I was just going to say I'm a bit rude to people when their dogs don't have manners. Like I don't berate them. I'm just like, you know, you need to teach your dog manners. This is a big dog. If he jumped up on a little old lady and knocked her over, break a hip, break a knee. If you're going to take your dog out in public places, you need to teach your dog manners. And I did give them some hints and tips of different things that they can do and work on. And also recommended the local training agility club, who also do puppy training courses for people. The local vet also does puppy class. So that, you know, I gave him some resources and stuff to help. I said, can't come in here and be like that because he's going to break all my stuff. And if he breaks my expensive stuff, you guys are going to have to pay for it because that's ridiculous. I mean, there's being rowdy, and then I'm telling you, this dog, I could not keep him still. He jumped up on everything. Even trying to get him on the table, he would jump up on my toolbox, knock my scissors over, I couldn't keep my clippers in my own hand because he was knocking them out of my hand. So I said, I will work on my rules and my boundaries in the salon, which he's not barking right now. We've come a really, really long way. And he'll be a good boy for me. But his dad just revs him up so much. So Dad's trying to get his lead off him. He's got a harness and a lead on, and Dad's trying to get it off. And he's just jumping in circles, and the lead's getting wrapped up around Dad, it's getting wrapped up around the dog, and Mum's just standing there just going. So there are some fellows who just like to get their dogs revved up so much. He obviously loves the dog and has the best time with him. I think the dog is his best friend. But there's a time and place for that, and you do have to teach your doggies rules, and they will have different rules with different people. Dogs will certainly behave one way with one person and a completely different way with another person, which is like, is just a bearded guy still here. The dogs might not bite you, but they're probably more than happy to bite a stranger who's annoying them. I get a lot of times, he doesn't bite, he just mouths. No, ma'am, if the dog's putting his mouth on me, he's trying to bite me. Usually. And I'm not taking the chance of finding out if he bites hard or soft. That's, you know, but they do behave differently with different people. So I've laid down the law for Mr. Louis in my salon for how he's allowed to behave. So it's so funny. He was jumping around in circles and being an absolute peanut. And then as soon as he walks into the gate, he just stands there nicely. Completely different dog. He's like, okay. I loved Mum just standing there shaking her head at Dad trying to get his lead off. So cute. My dad likes to rev the dogs up and play with them. Dale revs Jude up. I never rev Jude, okay, not never, but I rarely get him like super revved up. And when I do play with him, I still make sure that, because he's a mouther when he plays, he likes to grab on with his teeth, of course, which is playing, so that's fine. But not with me. He's not allowed to do any mouthing with me. I always say to him, gentle, and if he gets rough with me, I squeak. I say, ow, that hurt. And he looks at me and he grovels, I'm sorry, Mummy, I'm sorry, Mummy. Even if it didn't really hurt. I don't let him do any of that sort of nonsense with me. But Dale lets him. I think it's a man thing. Court Jester, you're off to the vets tomorrow. Where'd it go? Cat and a carrier. It can be stressful for some cats. They just don't do well with it, do they? I couldn't imagine putting my cat in a carrier. We put her in a beer box because we couldn't find our carrier. I know I definitely have one. I could have used a dog crate, but I couldn't pick it up anyway if I wanted to get it out of the car. So I picked the thing that was most readily available because, of course, as you guys know, I was taking her to an emergency appointment as soon as I finished work. So I just grabbed whatever was readily available and made it work so I could get her out of it and carry her into the vet. But she was not impressed about being stuffed in a box. Sit down. You're getting a rabies shot. I love it. You guys get rabies shots, don't you, in the States? I haven't had any vaccinations since around the time that Abigail was born. I was just thinking about that this morning when I turned my water on in my gardens. I thought, oh man, I wonder if I'm supposed to have had any type of vaccinations. Because you have a whole bunch of them when you're like childbearing and having pregnancies and stuff. They make sure you're up to date on everything. I don't hold immunity to some things like rubella and measles, mumps, chickenpox. I've had a whole bunch of those vaccines and they just don't stay in my system. Within a few weeks they've completely left my system and I'm back to having no protection at all. Which was an issue during pregnancy because you need to be protected against that stuff because it can pass to your baby if you catch anything. So I was always super careful. But I really haven't had any vaccinations in such a long time. I thought tetanus. I haven't had a tetanus shot. That's what I was thinking about. I did take the cat to the vet in a beer box. Was there anything I had? I know I've got a cat carrier somewhere, but Dale forgot to look for it, and at that point I had no time to look for it. I just needed to get there. It was a cardboard box. We put some holes in it real quick. The vet is maybe a 25-second drive down the street. So she really wasn't suffering. And then I got in the back seat of the car and grabbed her out. And then on the trip home, she just walked around the car, clawing at my car seats. Yeah, I give it a go. I do give it a red hot crack and see what I can do. Oh, I've got to remember to write to Leah and see how poor Pumby's doing. I bet she had a really rough night last night. He was not doing well. He was doing all right, but it looked awful. The poor thing. So Pumbaa had Pumbaa's one of Jude's puppies. Had to be desexed because he had an undescended testicle, so that can't stay in there. And when they did the surgery, it was difficult to find, so they had to do an additional incision to go looking for it. So he had 2 incisions, lots of stitches, and it looked like they had to do a lot of manipulating to find it in the end. So Leah was worried that he was going to have a fair whack at bruising as well, which is no fun. On the same night that the cat needed to go to the emergency vet, Jet also needed to go to the hospital emergency room. I was having a day that day, so yeah, probably not thinking the very best, but the cat survived a trip in a beer box. She got antibiotics and anti-inflammatories, and she felt a lot better. It takes you 6 months to get one dog's nails done. Hey, I've got a lady with a dog named Charlie, who's a border collie, that comes to see me every 2 weeks. And I cannot clip his nails. He comes every 2 weeks for a bath and de-shed, and he's absolutely beautiful, but I can't clip his nails without making him very, very upset. So I just don't do them. Mum does. She pretty much will do like 1 nail a week. Make her way around the body. Sometimes she'll do a few at a time. But that's the best that can be done for some dogs. You just kind of do what you can. Poor Pumbaa. Hopefully Pumbaa just slept. Some dogs will just be quiet and settle in and let themselves recover. But some dogs are like, oh my goodness, I'm going to run around and try to rip these stitches. They're fruitcakes. Pumbaa's a pretty docile, gentle kind of boy, but he does like to play, so I don't know. I don't know. Her daughter does live nearby, so she can send him there if Lady's getting totally cranky with him or anything, but I think with him just needing to have his recovery, she'll probably want him close anyway. I did offer to bring him home with me when I visited on the weekend, but because of his desexing being on Monday, we couldn't do that. But if she's super stuck and it's just not going well with Lady, well, once he's had his recovery, take him off her hands if need be for a week or 2. Poor Lady, she's just protecting the puppies. Did you do a smelly fart? I can smell that, it stinks. I've got to wonder how many dog farts I've inhaled in my life. More than I'd like to admit, I'm sure. So because we're not taking much length off of these legs at all, the clippers aren't going to do a nice even cut because there's hardly any hair to cut. So it's going to be better just to scissor it down as best I can, get it all nice and tidy and fluffy. Ma'am, I was not done. Ooh, muffins. I've got so many muffins in the fridge, and I didn't eat anything yesterday, you guys. I was starving by the time we got to dinner. And it was a HelloFresh meal. It was like a Mumbai steak, I think it was. And the gravy was like a Mumbai seasoning with coconut milk. And I thought that would be weird because, you know, I don't like trying new stuff, right? It was amazing. But it was served with a salad, and I'm just so sick of salads. I don't like salad to begin with. But all of the HelloFresh meals come with salad, and I was like, nope, I don't want salad. So I cooked up some baby peas and corn, because I love veggies. Baby peas and corns. I had a jar of char-grilled capsicum, so I heated that up in a fry pan. And I'm really into eggs at the moment, so I fried a couple of eggs. And the kids are fussy, but everyone except Jordan eats eggs, so if they're not going to eat the meat, they're not really into steak and stuff, so and eggs are good protein backup. So I fried a couple of eggs. Jet doesn't like steak. I think he just tires from chewing it. He'll chew for so long and then just be like, I can't chew this anymore. So I think that's why he's not really into steak. Oh, there we go. Aw, thank you, Just a Bearded Guy. I do love them. They're all sweet little puddings. What's going on there? You're hiding all that hair. It's all curled up in there. You've got a knot. There we go. Stay there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I fried up some eggs. So I had steak and peas and corn and eggs and char-grilled capsicum. And then that Mumbai seasoning. Oh, and some roasted, I think it was roast sweet potatoes, which is another thing HelloFresh always does. A million bloody sweet potatoes. Like, how many sweet potatoes do they think people want to eat? Everything's sweet potato. So that's what I had, and it was delicious, and it was the first thing I ate all day. And I think it was the last thing I ate too, because I sat on the bed and I fell asleep. I wasn't even in bed. I was just sideways on the bed. I fell asleep. At some point I was like, man, my neck hurts. And then I realized I wasn't even in the bed. I was still wearing a hoodie and jeans. I wasn't even in pajamas. I definitely didn't plan on going to sleep. I must have sat down, looked at my phone, and then fallen asleep. Oopsie daisies. So at that point, I think I just like stripped off, chucked my jammies on, got into bed and fell back to sleep, where I stayed for the rest of the night. But it was delicious. So good. I haven't read the whole conversation, but Jamie gets low grades in art class. And you guys have seen his artwork. It's awesome artwork. He gets low grades. I think for him though, he doesn't finish the written work and stuff. Or that I think in part he might go off with his own creative ideas and doesn't do the task that was intended to be done, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. You were failing art class? Yeah. I think the true artists fail art class. Sunny side up. Me too, Jennifer. Gotta have its guts exploding everywhere, otherwise it's no good. A million A's for Honeybee. Or A pluses. Yeah, I give you A pluses, Honeybee. A pluses for generally being an awesome human being and an awesome moderator. Alright, doggy, you're gonna let me try trim these up nicely. Oh, yeah, you got the comb stuck in your tail. Come on. Up you get. Give me that. Sit nicely. You started to lie down when I was doing the other side, and that was not helpful. No, thank you. Oh, a ham and cheese omelette. Stop. I'm not too big on omelettes, to be honest. Stop. Dale does. Dale likes omelettes. Ma'am. No. Stop that. Cheeky little turkey. You stop that. Let me get this hair off here for you. Stand up. Spam detected. Incoming spam. Move to spam folder. Thank you, spam detection thing on my phone. I appreciate that. Doesn't seem to be fair to Jamie. Honestly, I don't think he does the, I think it's that he doesn't do exactly the task that was meant to be done, or complete the written part of the assessments that they do. Because the response or the reports always say that he's an extremely talented artist, and then all the bad stuff comes after that. Poor organisation, doesn't listen, doesn't follow instructions, doesn't complete work on time. Though I do have an exemption for him for handing assessments in on time now, that he has an actual diagnosis of ADHD, which is fantastic. So although I don't encourage not handing things in on time, I did let him know that if he doesn't finish something on time, that he should still continue to complete the work and hand in and ask them if they will still accept it. So I haven't told him that he has an exemption. I just told him that he should ask if he can still submit his work even if it's a little bit late, and see how he goes, because some teachers might accept it, or sometimes they might accept it even though they'll always accept it. So he's been doing that. And being surprised. Oh, Mum, I asked the teacher if I could still submit and they allowed it. I said, alright, well you need to make sure you do it on time, and you're very lucky they let you have that extra time. I hope you said thank you, which he said he did, so. I'm not an academic person. I can do a lot of things, and I can learn via hands-on experience. I can learn lots of stuff. In my last job that I had, I did so many things that you wouldn't, if you looked at my paper, if you looked at me on paper, you would not employ me to do those jobs. But I learned how to do them, and I did them, and I did an exceptional job at it. I had performance reviews every 6 months. And I always exceeded expectations in my performance, and my outcomes always exceeded expectations, which is the highest you can get in a performance review. And I got lots of pay rises because my performance was always exceeding expectations. But if I applied for that job and you looked at me on paper, you would not have employed me to do that job. You'd just be like, what are you thinking? But I'm a hands-on learner. I'm in the moment learner, and that's how my brain works. I cannot sit in a classroom and listen to somebody tell me stuff and then remember it. I learn through experiences. And lots of people are just like me, and there's nothing wrong with us. It's that the education system was created for one type of people, and that is not all type of people. Not everybody learns that way. So I'm first going to make this all blend in the way we want it to be, and then cut back all of this hair that ruins my groom. It's still cute. It's just not the way that I would do it. So for anyone new here, especially you guys, I'm grooming the dog the way the pet parent asked me to groom the dog. So don't come for me, alright? This is not the way I normally groom dogs. The face I'm talking about. The rest is pretty much all me. Yes, so our kids are all still going to school. They're going to have, I think it's a 2-week holiday coming up sometime soon. I don't really pay attention to holidays. We don't go on like vacation or anything ever. And I just work, holidays or not. So I don't really pay much attention to holidays. Unfortunately for my poor children who are ripped off in life and they never get to do anything fun. Yeah, it's definitely not called spring break. Yay, spring break! It's just school holidays. What is it, honeybee? What holiday is it for? Is it? Oh, it's nearly Halloween, isn't it? No, is that October or November? Isn't Halloween in November? I don't even know when the school holidays are. I know they're coming up because somebody said in the school holidays when they were making their appointment. And I was like, oh, school holidays, cool. Oh no. Hi, Picnic. I love that your name is that. One sandwich short of a picnic. Yep, that's a funny saying. That's a good funny saying. Now, I'm just gonna put, this had some blood on it from the little moles on our other little fellows, so I'm gonna whack that in there. Make sure it gets properly cleaned. Oh, 31st of October, so almost November. I wasn't that far off. Just end of term holidays, yeah. Am I going on my trip with my kids? I am in November. Well, for now, I don't know 100%. It depends on if my surgery date comes back or not. So far, I have not heard anything, so I doubt that it'll get put back in at this stage. Because today it would be, what, 5 weeks away, or is it 4 weeks now? From the 17th to the 17th of October? 5 weeks, I think. Stop that, please, ma'am. Stop that, please, ma'am. Why should... You're going to have such a short face. You better not be silly about getting it groomed up. Ma'am. Oh, you don't like Halloween? I love Halloween. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. There we go. I love Halloween. We have so much fun for Halloween. 1 year we stay at home and hand out lollies, and then the next year we go out and go trick-or-treating. It's actually growing quite big in our area here. There's a lot of, not everybody, but a lot of houses decorate and do trick-or-treating, and kids go running around everywhere. With parents, we don't let kids just go roaming around here. Well, some do, but very rarely. It's not the norm. I don't let my kids go roaming. Jamie asked, I think last year, if he could go roaming, and I was like, no sir. Well, ma'am, at the time I said, no ma'am, absolutely not. I said, I will go trick-or-treating with you and your friends, and I will shut my mouth and be quiet and just follow along behind you. But you are not going trick-or-treating on your own. I was very upset by that. Calm down. Let me get this done. You're being a goober and you're going to get your nose chopped off. The washing machine is doing its spin cycle, so that's not helping this situation. Do they know what they're going to be for Halloween? Not yet. They haven't thought about it. Oh, you got scared. That's understandable. We don't do super scary. And we don't trick or treat after dark. Because it's like summer here then, or late spring, it is sunny until about 7:30 at night. So we don't trick or treat after dark. We only trick or treat with adults. Dale and I, we have to drive around because country area, and being few and far between for houses that are trick-or-treating. Plus it is so hot. It's exhausting walking around such a far distance. So we just drive around and we get out of the car and we go up to the doors, we talk to everybody and say hi and stuff. We are very stranger danger careful, but the same houses and families have been doing it for that many years now that you kind of get to know them along the way. You know where to go. Oh, I wiped your hair out my nose. Oh, that's a bit cute. We have 32 watching, 33 on my screen, it just said. Hi, 33 people. As I said, this is not my favourite type of groom to do on these faces, but it's still cute. And I can understand why they do it. They're protecting their puppy's teeth and oral hygiene. Also, they're not stinky, and they don't dribble water everywhere when they have a drink. Yes, I'm aware that you don't do clean faces on a Maltese, whoever that idiot was that commented on my video last time I did Molly. I know. Why am I doing it? Because that's what the pet parent wanted. Thank you very much. Oh, snipped your noopy nose. Don't move. So I did do this with the 7F blade. Obviously, it's not going to get the cleanest of cuts because it's a bigger blade. What time is it there? It is 1:41 and I am so far behind on finishing this dog. I did tell Mum I was about an hour behind, so... and I did let Louie's mum and dad know I'm about an hour behind. Sorry, my washing machine's celebrating victory. Thank you, washing machine. Congratulations, you've completed another load of washing. And you'll do another one before the end of the day. Alright, let's get this face cleaned. She's got a bit of a cowlick right here, just above her nose, so it makes it a bit tricky to get this tidy. Sorry guys, I'm going to put you on a break while I go answer this phone real quick.
Simba.
Simba.
Aww. Do you want a toy? Do you want this one? Oh, look at that. It squeaks, I think. You can't have a big one, that's too big. It's going right in there. You want this one? Oh, there we go. That's the one. I want popcorn. There you go. Don't forget to let Simba leave with your popcorn.
Yes.
Because you always forget. I do this and then I come out and then there's no dog on the table, but the toy is still sitting there. And you've got another doggy in here.
Daisy.
Which we're going to give a toy
Maisie,
to.
sorry.
Hello. How are you?
I had my Azies the wrong way. It's
Very
Maisie.
young. Got your toy? You all ready to go? You look tired. Wants to sleep.
It's just adorable, that's all.
Oh. Bye. Bye. Hello.
Hi.
Who's this?
Ellie.
Who?
Ellie.
Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie.
What a cutie.
Ellie.
Hey, can you explain something for me?
Yes. Gilbana.
What is that?
It's Gilbana.
So I made a little friend Gilbert, and what you just had to go one better,
Yeah.
and oh my god, and make this. This is huge.
It's Gilbana.
Can't you be original?
No, you asked me what its name was and I couldn't think of anything.
So you thought Gilbana, like the girl version of Gilbert.
Yeah, that was the best I could come up with.
We had a turtle once, and I named him Toidarelli.
No, Toity.
Or Toity. What did you call the second turtle we got?
Toidarelli.
You're so original with names. It's unbelievable. Anyway, what are we going to do? We're going to give this doggy a toy. Oh, I love giving the doggies toys. Oh, look in there. Oh, look at that. You going to pick one? Oh, you can have the banana. I reckon the banana is cool. You got a squeaker? Where's the squeaker? Here we go. You picked your banana.
What'd you got? What did you got?
A banana.
I think your mum's here. Say bye.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Want to see the doggy? I'm pretty sure there's nothing there.
Yeah.
What's going on?
No show. No show.
So you have a client who hasn't turned up, hasn't answered their messages.
Yep.
Did they confirm their appointment yesterday?
Yep. Well, 2 days ago.
Do you have a system which automatically texts them
Yep.
and says, are you coming to this appointment? And they tick approve and they say yes.
Yeah.
You're not very happy, are you?
Sure. It's frustrating because, well, I lose all the money for that time and I can't book somebody on the spot because they have to drive to get here and all that other fun stuff. So I just sit around for 2 hours. Not really. I've been doing lots of things, but it's not a really affordable thing to have happen. So yes.
So if you were to do that to your hairdresser,
Oh man, they would just be so upset. You don't do that. If you do it to the doctor or the dentist, they still charge you. They charge you for your time. Yeah, they take your credit card and they charge you.
the hairdresser blacklists you.
Yeah. This person's done it 3 times in a row, so where I've
so
spoken to them and had a
what's-
conversation, and they're like, "Oh, this happened or that happened," and like,
What's that saying? Fool me once, I'm an idiot. Fool me twice, I'm even more of an idiot. Fool me 3 times,
I'm an angry idiot.
I'm an absolute moron.
yeah. No, I always give people the benefit of the doubt and try to support people who have a hard time. Like, I have a hard time. I have a hard time organising myself and whatever, but these people just don't care.
Fool me thrice and all things nice.
Okay.
I don't know. But you're doing some washing. And
I am washing. I just cancelled all of the rest of their appointments, so
so they're blacklisted. Boom, done.
yeah. I don't mind if people cancel their appointments. Like, just tell me, hey, yeah, no, I'm not coming. That's fine.
So that's like, how many clients have you ever had to blacklist?
I've got a handful now.
Got a handful.
Yeah. Yep. That's life.
People that just don't turn up to their appointments.
Yep. Oh well.
You got another dog you can wash, Alice.
Yes, I do. I'm going to wash her on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday morning.
Yeah,
the
so
live stream.
you're going to love it. We have Maisie.
Oh no.
And then it'll be Alice.
Maisie. Every time.
Maisie.
I'm complaining about Maisie now, and that's what we're doing right now. This is going to be a
amazing move video.
Yeah.
I just need to make more money on YouTube. It'll be fine.
Yeah. All right,
just hang in there.
All right, bye.
Hello. Hello, my beautiful fur family. Kylie the Groomer. This tail is, that's real bad, you guys. And I'm fearful that it's actually dead.
Well, it's turning. It's curving now. Look at that. Couldn't even curve it before. Must have been so uncomfortable.
That tiny little tail is in this.
Jeez.
I think that is
God.
pelted
How's
foam.
your dog, Leah? Don't let that happen again.
And that tip was down in there. That's very.
That's not even identifiable hair.
So I can't even.
It looks like felt.
Like, look at this. Look at the effort I'll put into pulling this. Like, you can. Okay, sorry. I had one phone call and then I hung the phone up and it bloody rang again. Straight away. I didn't even walk away from it yet. So that's 2 more appointments booked in for people. There we go. I'm never happy with how these all finish up, but what can you do? And then of course where she's got this little cowlick, it just doesn't always sit as nicely as I hope it will. You've got a bit of a ninky shaped head too. That's all right. Nice and tidy for another time. So I am just going to try to tidy her chest up a little bit because it didn't finish up as much as I wanted. Won't know until Kylie gets off the phone and does some actual work. Our time has actually stopped and the clock's not right. 1:52. That's the right time, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be right once a day. Oh, my chair is not rolling. I only just replaced these wheels not long ago. I can't find wheels that I know wheels exist that don't get all trapped up with hair. I just can't find any that fit my chair. And I've looked at different chairs, like hairdresser and groomer specific chairs, but they always have a really small seat, and I got a big butt, you guys. I have a big butt. I need more than what they're offering. The chair that I've got over there, I originally got for grooming, and it's so uncomfortable. But it does have the right wheels, but those wheels, I was going to pull those wheels off and put them on this chair, but they don't fit. It's very sad. And that chair is unfortunately super duper uncomfortable. Alright, let's blow dry you off and have a look at how you look. That's the last time you're ever going to be right about something, Mr. Sparkles. Hopefully your feet are alright. Is there anything in there? No. What kind of dog is Louie? He is a, I'm pretty sure he's a Groodle, a giant doodly dog. I'm not 100%. I haven't looked at his thing. He's a big peanut brain. Hopefully he's going to be a good boy for me. Good girl. Let me look. I like looking at her in the camera because I can see like different angles and stuff than when I look straight at her. Is that weird? A lot of groomers take a photo of the dog and look at the photo because it just shows up all of the crappy stuff that you don't notice when you look at the dog directly. I also like to step back and take a good look. Maybe it's the distance. Maybe she's further away from the camera than me so I can just get a better view. It's something like that anyway. Do we want to take a little swidge off this tail, miss? It is very long. So I would normally keep my tails at this height so that they don't drag on the ground. But of course, she sits with her tail up like this. So that doesn't matter very much. And some people with these, the tails that sit this way do just prefer it to be nice and long. I didn't ask. I should have. That's my bad. Sorry, sweet pea. Ma'am, I just fluffed your butt fur. Aw, thank you, just a bearded guy. You're too sweet. We might just take the tiniest little bit off the tip just because it's looking pretty ratty. Just a little smidgy widge. Keep that hair healthy. It's beautiful hair when it's not all matted up. Yeah, it just takes a little bit off. I much prefer to keep them shorter than longer. Especially when they come in with mats in them. Okay. You don't have very nice nails for trimming. And I know I've been rushing, but I'm not happy with this little foot here. Let me just tighten it up a little bit more. Too much hair on there. It's the same on the other side. You had all this hair just like tucked in there that did not come out in the first round. No, no ma'am, I know. Let me just get it out of there for you. I think he's matted, but he's only having a short groom. Mum said she hasn't brushed him at all. So I was like, oh, okay. She's like, I haven't brushed him at all. Okay. That's not a good thing. I sort of looked at her, I was like, why? She goes, oh, we've just been busy. So just a shortcut today. Okay. I think it was a shortcut last time. I did go over with them. We've done lots of very beautiful, super long grooms on him. But when I updated my pricing, I did include moving a whole bunch of people to a different price range for those really long coats because their grooms were taking an exceptionally long time to wash, dry, brush out, demat and detangle, and then do the haircut on them. It was taking such a long time. No, you will not be cranky with me. Nail trims are a part of being a dog. No, ma'am. If you bite me, I'm going to be upset with you too. Let me just say that. Okay. Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. Not happening. I knew there was something that was a thing with you. You don't like your nails done. Come here. Yeah, she's honest about not brushing him. Yep, that was good. So as soon as I discussed what his price would be for the groom that we were doing, which was taking me about 4 to 4.5 hours, in line with not getting enough brushing between grooms, they were like, well, yeah, maybe we'll just do the short one. That's probably a good idea. If that price point's too much. I did apologise, of course. I understand people want those beautiful long grooms, but it's not my responsibility at the end of the day to do hours of unpaid work. We're not doing that. You're not going to be taking no nibbles out of my hands. You understand me? Absolutely not. Woohoo! Good girl. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, you're such a grumble bum. You're such a grumble bum. Come here, baby. Ooh, what are we talking about? Peanut butter crackers? That's a thing. I love peanut butter. She is so cute. Just a little trim up, okay? Because you just got way too much hair there. You obviously did not let me get right in there. So some of her nails are actually broken as well. Some of them are long and then some of them are broken. And then some of them she's wearing down at an uneven level. Let me fix this one too. Ooh, some fashion tips. I'm horrible at fashion. I am such a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. Just ask Dale, he'll tell you I'm bad at fashion. I don't wear skirts at all. If I wear dresses, they have to come from my either underbust or waist, no lower. If they don't draw in here, it looks like I'm wearing a tent, like a circus tent. because I've got such wide hips, it just, honestly, it looks like I'm wearing a sack. It's awful. So whatever you do, make sure that it's tight fitting around your thinnest part, and it flows sort of out from there. I don't wear much in the way of dresses either, because I do have, I'm like 2 sizes smaller on my top half than I am on my bottom half, which is fine. I'm not bothered by it. I just got a lot of booty. I've always been that way. Even when I am very thin and athletic, my bottom size is always a size or 2 bigger than my top size. That's just the way it is. Hey, well, it's nice boring if you fit in the same box as everybody else, isn't it? Yes. There you go, sweetheart. Who's King Julian? Are you a bigger top half than bottom half? Isn't it funny? Like, we're all supposed to be this one size, but very few of us actually are. It's pretty normal or common to be a bit of a mix match. And for some reason I got bigger boo-boos than any other girl in my family. My sister's funny. She's like, why you got such big boobs? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think they're big. I'm like, I don't know. She's like, nobody else does. Sorry. I always think, what do you want me to do about it? Stay there, sweet pea. Alright, that's one little rascal down. Alright, give me a quick break. We'll be back with Master Louie. What a weird sentence to finish that dog on. Yoga pants and t-shirts. Yep, pretty comfy. You like skirts and dresses? Seriously, anything that finishes here is good for me. Because this is my smallest part here. Hang on, I'm trying to face the right way. That's my smallest part. If anything hangs here, like look at the difference. Oh gosh, I'm so bad with these cameras. From going from here, then to here, it just looks like a sack on me. You can go a lot smaller on the bottom half. I'm more junk in the trunk, baby. I'm really comfortable with my body though. It doesn't bother me. I know I'm not thin and like bikini model, but I'm quite comfortable. It doesn't bother me at all. I'd like to be smaller, but you know, whatever. But anything that kind of fits nice and snug here. But I usually just wear jeans and a t-shirt, honestly. What do I wear? If I go out, I just wear nicer shoes and maybe a nicer top than and jeans. I'm so basic. Yeah, 2 down, 2 to go. Oh, you've got bigger chest too? Yeah, honeybee, you're okay with your body? Yeah, why not? I used to be like, oh, I'm this and I'm that. Now I'm just like, I don't even care, man. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I have fun. I don't care. Anyways, I'll be back in a sec, guys. You're so leggy. Oh, you go.
Well, it's got 4 of them.
Boy.
He needs to know that it squeaks. Oh, the donut. The blue one too.
Oh, he's snuggling into me.
Softness test, guys.
He's holding my hand.
Super soft.
Can you see his little paws? He's holding my hand. He's not holding me.
Well, stop patting him and put your hand out and see if he does, like, calls you back. Beautiful.
Oh, I love you.
Everybody loves you, mate.
Morning, Poop. Ready to check out today, are we?
Good morning. Where am I?
The Dog's Butt Hotel.
That's a weird name.
It's the place where you can check out anytime you like, and you can definitely leave. Ready to check out? If you'll just follow this narrow, windy hallway, you'll find the exit. Watch that last step. It's a doozy. Morning, Poop. Done.
Hello, my beautiful fur family, Kylie the Groomer and Coco.